one who achieves the al-fiqh, yani understanding of deen, external intellectual understanding of deen, intellectual understanding of deen, but he discards and does not achieve the at-tasawwuf, the mysticism, the spiritualism, the internal, the depth, the spiritual depth of the knowledge which we receive through the mystic saints and awliya and Sufiya. And they were again among these A'immah. As I told, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was the Imam of fiqh, as well as he was among the first persons who wrote the first book on tasawwuf, Kitab al-Zuhd, written by Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, the first, one of the basic sources of tasawwuf. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak, I told you he was the Amir al-Mu'mineen fil Hadith. At the same time, he was the great Sufi and saint and wali of his time. He wrote the first, one of the first books on tasawwuf. Again, book's name is Kitab al-Zuhd wa Raqa'iq. They were authors of tasawwuf also. And Imam Waqi bin al-Jarrah, Imam Waqi bin al-Jarrah, again he was the great Imam of Hadith. And Imam Bukhari says, I learned the books of Waqi bin al-Jarrah by heart. And Imam Waqi bin al-Jarrah is also one of the students of Imam Abu Hanifa. And he was follower of al-Fiqh al-Hanafi. Waqi bin al-Jarrah was follower of al-Fiqh al-Hanafi. This is Imam Ibn Abdul Barr al-Andalusi, Sahib al-Isti'ab. He writes in Al-Intiqa, on the chapter on Waqi bin al-Jarrah. Imam Ibn Abdul Barr says Al-Intiqa. And he repeats the same in Jami Bayanul Ilm. This one is repeated by Imam Qurtubi also. He says, Samaytu Yahya ibn Mu'in, the great Imam of Hadith, Yahya bin Ma'in. Yaqulu ma ra'aytu misla Waqi. I have never seen a person well versed in Hadith like Waqi bin al-Jarrah. And who is Yahya bin Ma'in? He is one of the great authorities of Hadith. That Aimma of Asma al-Rijal and Aimma of Jarh wa Ta'dil and Aimma of Usul al-Hadith, they say about Imam Yahya bin Ma'in that from Adam alayhi salam till today, we can't find a single person who learnt a hadith of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in that large number as were learnt by Imam Yahya bin Ma'in. He had the biggest number of hadith in his heart, which he learned. And there was nobody like him in the whole history of mankind. This is a famous and unanimous comment on Imam Yahya bin Ma'in. And he is known to be an unanimous authority on Al-Jarh wa Ta'dil wa Rijal. This Imam Yahya bin Ma'in, he himself is student of Imam Abu Hanifa. And he says, I have never seen a scholar in Hadith like Waqi. وَكَانَ يُفْتِي بِرَأْيِ أَبِي Hanifa. He says, Waqi bin al-Jarrah, he was the follower of Mazhab of Imam Abu Hanifa, Fiqh al-Hanafi. And he used to give fatwa according to al-Fiqh al-Hanafi. And he is amongst the shuyukh of Imam Bukhari also. So the basic thing is, he was also from Kufa. The basic thing is that Imam Bukhari says, I learned the books of Imam Waqi bin al-Jarrah and Abdullah bin Mubarak before I sat on the chair of Muhaddis. And who was Imam Waqi bin al-Jarrah? Again a great Sufi of his time. He also wrote a book on Kitab al-Zuhd. So, Imam of Hadith, Waqi bin al-Jarrah, the author of Kitab al-Tasawwuf, al-Zuhd, Imam of Hadith and Imam of Fiqh, Ahmad bin Hanbal, author of the book on Tasawwuf, Kitab al-Zuhd. Amir al-Mu'mineen fil Hadith, Abdullah bin Mubarak, author of the book Kitab al-Zuhd on Tasawwuf. All these are shuyukh of Imam Bukhari. So the basic thing Imam Bukhari says, I learned these books by heart. So those people who say that Tasawwuf is a bid'ah, innovation, introduced by the scholars in 2nd and 3rd century, there are people who say, in denial of Tasawwuf and mysticism and spiritualism and suluk and Tasawwuf and tariqah, that this was introduced by the scholars and by some Sufis in 2nd and 3rd century. Saying this as an allegation is easy. Just uttering a few words, very easy. But let me ask, who were those people who introduced Tasawwuf in 2nd century? Let us analyze, who were those? They were not the introducers. These were the great Taba Tabe'in. These were great shuyukh of Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim and Imam Tirmidhi and Abu Dawood. All Aimma of Siyasitta received ahadith from these people. He relied his authority on them. And they were the first authors of Tasawwuf in 2nd century. If you deny their reliability, if you deny their sanctity, their credibility, their authenticity, just saying that they were the founder of innovation, then what would you say about Jami' as-Sahih al-Bukhari? Because hundreds of ahadith which Imam Bukhari has taken, he has taken from Abdullah bin Mubarak, from Waqi bin al-Jarrah, from Sufyan as-Sawri, and all of these are Sufis of their times. So Imam Bukhari was collecting the hadith of Sahih Bukhari through Sufi chains. Through Sufi chains. The reality is, there are all these branches of ilm, they were working together. There were no segregation. Segregation was there just up to the extent of specialization. The people used to specialize in 2 or 3 branches. But there was an interaction, and no image of deen can be understood and can be comprehended perfectly unless you compare all these streams together, mix all these streams together. So Imam Malik, the Imam of Ahlul Madinah, says, unless you put fiqh together with tasawwuf, you are totally unable to reach the haqq. Unless you combine al-fiqh with at-tasawwuf, you are unable to reach at haqq. You can't achieve and attain the haqq. Haqq lies, the reality and the truth lies in combination of al-fiqh and at-tasawwuf. So now we have discussed the 3 channels. So haqq lies in combination of al-Quran and hadith, and al-fiqh and al-tasawwuf. Al-Quran and al-hadith are on one side. Al-fiqh and al-tasawwuf are the second stream. Unless you put all these streams together, you are unable to achieve the concept of haqq. So Ahlus Sunnah, your Aqidah is in fact the Aqidah of Imam Bukhari, of Imam Muslim, of Sufyan Sawri, of Waqi bin Jarrah, of Abdullah bin Mubarak, of Imam Malik, of Ahmad bin Hanbal. Those people who become to be the claimant of Bukhari, and they have a very specific shapes and external appearances, they are neither aware of Bukhari, nor aware of Imam Abu Hanifa, nor aware of A'immatul Hadith, nor aware of 1st and 2nd and 3rd century. They just hear some things from those people who have just such bits of knowledge, that's it.